and we're out for full profit. And you can see right here, we close out our position for almost $700 in just a few minutes. In this video, I'm going to take you through an entire day of my live cryptocurrency trading. I'm going to show you how I set up all my softwares, screeners, and tools, as well as the exact analysis, indicators, and strategies that I use to be able to find and take several $1,000 profit trades per day. As I find these trades, I'm going to show them to you and trade them live. So hopefully you can start applying this to improve your own trading. Okay, I'm going to be trading fairly aggressively today. So if all goes to plan, I should be able to make several $1,000s in profit just today. All right, and if you stay to the end, I'm going to share with you an entire boiled down checklist of all of the things I use in this video so you can start applying it to your own trading. So if that sounds good, make sure you hit the like button on the video, subscribe to the channel if you like trading and investing. Check us out on Instagram, Discord, and TikTok. We have an amazing trading community. All right, so first I'm going to go over all of the things that I have set up here on my desk. Obviously, this has taken years for me to develop, but I'm going to boil it down to all of the essentials to be able to get started with trading, or at least the things that I use to be able to have my proper trading setup. Okay, so here is my primary monitor. I have a few things on here. Over here on the left, I have my trading view, which is my primary charting software. Over here, I have my cryptocurrency exchange that allows me to actually buy and sell these cryptos. You can see I just took a Litecoin trade for about $1,900 in profit last night. Right here, I have my tracker that I'm going to be using to track the trades that we're taking today and showcase exactly how I do this, as well as a calculator that I use to be able to set up precise entries on my trades. This is going to start making a lot more sense to you as we get through and sort of dive into the system a little bit more and start taking some of these trades today. As far as the rest of the screens, I like to keep news and headlines here on my iPad so I can just quickly read about what's going on in the market. Over here is usually where I leave my trades to play out while I'm working on other things over here. And then up here on my ultra wide, I have 3 different tickers that I like to open. So I have Bitcoin open on the left here. I have some of my larger investments that I'm watching for the day for dip buy entries or anything else, but I can use this also for just anything that I want to monitor throughout the day. It gives me enough screen real estate to be able to do just that. And like I said, if you're fully committed and interested in this and you end up staying till the end of the video, I'm going to be sharing with you all of these things in order so you can set it up for yourself. Okay, so let's get into step 2, which is doing daily analysis, getting a grasp on what the market is doing, and then being able to set up our trades so we're able to do analysis on the overall market and then start building trading positions to be able to get in and out of the market for profit. All right, and I forgot to mention one other thing that I like to have pulled up. So over here, you can see we have our Discord community. Every single day, we have John Monzo, who is our head analyst in Inevitrade, doing a daily bias to show us generally the direction based on a lot of these smart money concepts we could expect the market to move. And you can see yesterday we posted for today to be bearish. He did the candle analysis to determine that we could have a bearish sentiment in the market. And you can see as today opened up, we are starting to move down. This is just Link, but you can see on all of our pairs, we are in a sea of red. So now we can actually use this to be able to make money while the market is moving down. A lot of people don't realize that you can make money as the market's moving down. I'm going to show you how we can do that today. We're also sharing a lot of these trade ideas in the Discord for you guys as well. So before we're getting into any day trading, what I like to do is something called top-down analysis. So we have our daily bias, and this involves me looking at a daily chart of Bitcoin to understand where we are in the overall trend, so then we can use that to position ourselves smartly in day trades. So we've been anticipating this to be potentially the short-term top of Bitcoin for quite some time now. You can cross-reference this with other videos that we have. Now we are getting a sell-off in the market, and you can see we broke to the downside on this wedge here. Candle came up, contacted the underside of this support, and now we are breaking down. Okay, so generally speaking, we are trending down. Next thing that I want to do is go into about a 1 hour time frame to take a look at where we are in the current trend structure using something called Elliott wave theory. Okay, so obviously we're seeing this overall trend break here, which is establishing a temporary new downtrend for Bitcoin. Okay, the next thing that I want to do is quantify where we are on this current downtrend here. A lot of people don't know that you can quantify where we probably are in this trend, but I'm going to show you some analysis that we can do to predict those bottoms. All right, so this is using Elliott wave theory. This is something that I use all the time with my trading. I'm going to go here and click on a trend-based fib extension, and I'm going to click from this highest point of this overall trend here down to this first push down followed by a move up. Once I click there, I'm going to bring this point back up to this exact point, but I'm going to bring it on this side. And we're going to see how this 161.8 61.8 and 261.8 is responding to wave structure. Okay, the next thing that I'm going to do is count my waves. So if I'm starting here, I have a big push to 1, followed by a correction to 2, a big move in 3, followed by a move up to 4. Notice how 4 doesn't pass the high of 1 here, which is an important rule in Elliott wave theory. Okay, I have tons of videos talking about this. If you want a good video, I'm going to put a card in the end of the video where you can learn more about just Elliott wave theory. But for now, I'm going to keep moving forward. Okay, so we have our 3 wave here, 4 wave coming up to here, and then a 5 wave that we should be expecting to either happen here or potentially, if we get a big sell-off in Bitcoin, the 361.8 level, which would bring us down to 53,000. Okay, this would be a big sell-off in the market. Obviously, it can happen. And then 461.8, if we want to break 50K again in a straight line, that's going to be a lot of sell pressure. But what I care about on a day trading front is this. If we can expect a possible bottom on Bitcoin, at least temporarily here, okay, if it never happens, great. We can continue shorting and we're going to make money shorting the market. But what we can expect is a move down to somewhere in this area, followed by another move up that will probably end up tapping out right around here and coming back to this level before making a move up, if we are to see that. So the idea with this is we could still expect for Bitcoin to come down another 2% on the day. So if we're able to find a nice entry, we can take that down. But also if we do get confirmation off of this low here, then we can try to take a short-term trade up on this trend and continue to trade all of these patterns on smaller time frames. This is something called top-down analysis. Now, what I'm doing is finding general analysis that I can use to create a bias in the market and understand where we are in the current trend, so I can make sure that I'm not taking stupid day trades that are fighting the overall direction and what we tend to expect in the market. Of course, this doesn't guarantee that you're going to be right, but what it does is it allows you to put yourself in a high probability situation so you can end up making more profits than you lose. You're going to take losses in this game. That's simply a part of trading. What you want to do is avoid taking losses that you don't need to take, so that when the losses that you can't control happen, those are the only trades that you're losing. All right, so the next thing that I'm doing now is going over to my chart here, and I'm finding once again this break of structure to find my new downtrend. Notice how now we're on a 1-minute frequency. Also gone ahead and added an indicator called the IT Foundation indicator. What this is going to add is this gray zone you can see in here to show you where the pre-market of the New York Open starts, where the New York Open is, and then an hour after the New York Open. So what I like to do is wait till about 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, and then if I can find the highest point here of this New York session and the lowest point, as soon as I get a break of structure in one of those directions, okay, a good break of structure, now I have also additional confirmation on my daily bias. Okay, so the next thing that I can do is that same process, that same top-down analysis process with the Elliott wave with the same exact trend that we have here. So if I look at this, it looks like we have our 1 wave down here, 2, this could be 3, 4 could potentially come up to here and then have a move down to 5. So let's take note of this zone here. This could potentially be a significant zone of resistance, as well as notice that we have our moving averages as part of the indicator. All right, so this lowest moving average here is a 20-day moving average. This is a 50 and this is a 200. And what this is going to do is, as these moving averages are lined up, this is going to show us momentum bias. And when these are all lined up the right way, they're going to be all red. You can see once these are all lined up the opposite way, if you have all 3 of these, that means that you have the 20 above the 50 above the 200, they're all going to switch to green. This is a nice trend following indicator that I like to use. Just to show you how things turn fractal on trading, okay, I can go down to my most recent trend also here, and I can additionally do my wave count. So if we have 1, 2, this was potentially 3, 4 down to 5. Now we have that corrective move of A, potentially to B, up to C, where we should quite possibly be able to get this market to turn around. Okay, so the next thing that I'm going to do finding this trade, I'm going to play a continuation off of this overall trend right here, which is going to allow me to get short into this position and actually make money when the market continues to move down. And if it doesn't continue to move down, as long as we get some sort of sideways chop, I'll still be able to make profit on this trade. And I'm going to explain and show it to you as we go along. Now I'm going to take a Fibonacci retracement, which I'm going to click on this, click on Fibonacci retracement, and I'm going to click from the lowest point that we have here up to this most recent high that we have on our impulse price action. Okay, and I'm just going to click off there. Okay, so now I have my position set up on this trade so that we want the price action to come up somewhere into this region and then reverse down to get us out for full profit. The original idea is for the price to come up to this 61.8 level that we see right here and come back down and get us out for full profit here. If this doesn't happen, we come up to this zone here, right? We can also hit off of this region and we can get out for full profit here, so long as we set our orders up the way I'm going to show you in just a second. Okay, same thing if the price comes up to this region and comes down to here, we can get out for full profit even if the price pulls back for a second. So because this can happen fairly quickly, even though we could get a dump off in the market here, I'm going to start setting up and building my position. And if we do get a lower low, then we just keep dragging our fib down until the market flips and we can end up getting into our trade. All right, so you can see we got our first short order in here at the quantity from our calculator, which is in the resources section for you. So now we're coming up. We also got a secondary order fill here on this limit order into our moving average that we predicted this area would be a potential resistance zone. Now all we need the price to do is come down to this order to get us out for full profit. And we're out for full profit. And you can see right here, we close out our position for almost $700 in just a few minutes. Okay, so we locked in trade one. I'm gonna keep doing this process throughout the rest of the day and see how many trades we can take down. But for now, what I wanna do is allow this wave structure to play out. So what I'm guessing will happen is we'll get some sort of support into this zone here and then have a continuation higher on this move. I would love to take a long position right into here, but this is on too small of a time frame, right? I don't want it to go too small. All right, so what I'm gonna do is allow for this to come down to hopefully this region and then break above this high. Then when we do have a secondary pull off in the market, I'll be able to trade this overall trend to the long side if we are able to see a follow through and a break of this overall trend. Once again, confirming a trend break. This is all about following trends and taking trades that allow us to just trend follow all day, and then we can do this. So yeah, now we just have to wait for this price action. All right, so we did end up getting some support off of this level here. I was waiting for some sort of pullback in the market to come down here to play this continuation, but you can see we got a ton of whiplash momentum in the market. Something that I avoid doing with these systems is taking longs into trends that are parabolically moving up. A lot of times what will happen is these trends will be so big that they'll come substantially down and they won't have enough momentum to rebound and get us out of the trades before coming down and actually whiplashing us and stopping us out. Now in this situation, I'm not sure if that's going to happen, but what I do want to wait for is this sort of choppy, very casual, normal price action, because that's going to allow me to trade the psychological normal wave structure on these trends. So for now, I'm staying away from this price action until we start to see some sort of sideways chopping movement, maybe a slower consolidation here and a continuation up to the upside. For now, all I did was log my trades on my trade tracker here. Now we're going to sit on our hands and wait for the market to sort of regulate and start forming some normal price action. For now, I'll probably eat some lunch, go to the gym, and then come back and we'll take some trades to see if we can make another trade into the afternoon session. All right, so this big move up that we were waiting for had a rejection off of this underside retest on this trend. Okay, so we had our full Elliott wave form 1, 2, 3, 4 down to 5. We had our A, B, C correction. Okay, now we had a pullback on this trend. This new downtrend also formed a new Elliott wave, which is why I'm taking a short position down on this. We just got filled on our short here. So now we are in live on this short. So we have our new 1, 2, 3. This looks like a rejection of 4. We could get a move back up to 5 here. What I'm accounting for is the fact that during this process, we do get some sort of volatility in this wave and that we don't just blast all the way up through this trend. Now, price action wise, typically when we do have these big runs up and then a consolidation in here, this is usually going to mean that in here, we had an influx of volume, and you can see we have the volume selling off throughout the day. So the volatility will probably be slightly lower here. I don't picture this coming straight up through here and forming that pattern. I picture once again us having some sort of roll off in price action, which will allow us to get in short here and then out on the other side over here. So we are going to let this trade play out, and then we should be able to lock in another, hopefully right around $800 on this trade, and then hopefully we're able to take 1 or 2 more trades for the rest of the day. But now we just got to wait for this trade to play out. All right, so as expected, the price did come up, rejected off of this area. So after we got this rejection here on the price action, like we were looking at, these descending volume levels into this sort of sell-off in the market is going to indicate to me that we probably won't get another leg up in a straight line like this. Okay, even if we do end up breaking over this high, it should come with some sort of sideways choppy price action. So you can see we got short right in here with our first order. Second order, we got short here. We almost got filled on our third limit order here. Then the price price came down and filled us for full profit right here. I took the trade off a little bit early because I was slightly concerned that this would chop around sideways and then end up consolidating and moving up gradually, which I didn't want. If we got that sort of retrace, I wanted to get out of the market. So a little iffy because I think the price action is a little bit strong. We were able to close this out for $570, so up around $1,250 on the day. So hopefully I'm able to get in maybe 1 to 2 more trades. Should be able to get the daily total a little bit over 2,000, which is going to be amazing because we do that for 5 days and we're making 10,000. Obviously there's losses in there that are going to come as well, but the goal is those 4-figure weeks. Now we're going to let the market pick a new direction, give us some sort of range, and we'll be able to find and execute on a new trade. Till then, I'm going to go get some dinner, hit a workout a little bit later, and then we'll come back, log our trades, and try to find more price action to trade. All right, so I set up my third trade here once again on Link now that we had more of an established trend on the price action. So the next thing that I wanted to look for was areas of potential resistance. Okay, so we have price action sort of selling off. Yes, we do have these ascending lows along this section here, but you can see we also had this high level here, this high level here, and we also had this level, and then once again, this level as well. And another thing that I was looking at, I was looking for something called underside resistance. So you can see there's a big level of support here, gets broken down through and then gets rejected, and you can see prices chopping and rejecting off of this level multiple times. So I had reason to believe that if we had all of these levels of resistance zones in here, price would come up and once again catch resistance off of that zone, enough for us to be able to get a bit of a sell-off. Okay, so once again I went from this swing low up to this high region here. Okay, and we took our first short position in here so that if the price wanted to catch off of here and go down, we could get out for full profit. We took another short position in here and we almost got filled on our secondary limit right here, but the price is now rounded, at least temporarily off. All right, price is coming down. All we need is for the price to just come down a little bit lower and get us out. We're up about 600 on this trade currently. Really shouldn't be watching trades like this, but this one I am. It looks like price is gonna flip. Price is gonna flip. It's gonna keep us in the trade, brother. I can tell by the candles. I can tell by the candles. Too much support off of here. Support here, support here. Now there's gonna be support here. Such a pain. All we need is a little bit more and get us out, but now it's gonna keep us in. We need a lot of sell side volume in order for this to break. All right, so we let this Link short trade play out overnight. All right, one thing that I have noticed with these types of setups is we just barely missed our entry price here on our secondary limit in this zone. We were almost able to have this get us out for a full profit before we had to wait overnight. But then this, as I expected with the price action, ended up breaking out here, came up and got us short again over here. And then we were able to close this out for a full profit trade, exiting the trade over here. And we were able to close this trade out for a little over $900 in profit. All right, so over the past trading day, I was able to take 3 shorts, one for a profit of $685, one for a $568 profit. I took that trade off the table a little bit early, and then one for $903 for a 5% return, for a total of $2,157 for the day. All right, so as promised, I'm going to link a card with all of the resources that you're going to need to get started with this process right here. That's going to be a boiled down savable sheet. You can also head over into our Discord, which is in the link in the description. Here you'll be able to find the daily analysis bias breakdowns, as well as some trade ideas that we do put out, as well as all sorts of other information that we share for free. There's a chat for you to be able to discuss with other members. All right, so as far as tools, you're going to, of course, need your trade calculator here, and you're also going to use this trade tracker over here, where you can input the date, the ticker, whether it was short or long, whichever fib level you get filled on, whether it's your original limit, limit 1, or limit 2. And then all you have to do is update your account size as you go. So as you make your P&L, you add it to the account size. That's going to show you the amount to hold into the reserve amount. Now, when you're going to use the next trade, of course, we have a balance of 15,685 for this example, but I'm going to take 171 off of this total to then apply into my calculator on the next trade. So for this example, if I had 685 and I'm going to take my next trade, I'm going to subtract this dollar amount from from the theoretical input that I put into my calculator. So now I'm going to have 15,513. So then I'm going to go in, type in 15,513 into my total, and then input all of my information over here. This is going to allow you to start calculating these positions. So the way we have this designed is for you to be able to start with a small amount of money so that you can start tracking your progress and then look at your performance over, say, 30 to 40 trades and see where you stand with a small amount of money so that you can do this properly and actually start this the right way. I am working on building out a tracker inside of Notion as well. So when I finish up with that, I'm going to be sharing that with you guys as well. Okay, the goal with this is to do this safely and properly and scale it up over time once you have proof of concept so that you're not just going in there and throwing money around and wasting your own time and money. And of course, we said $2,100 per day, which of course is not always going to be the case every day. There are going to be losing days. And considering this system is a high win rate system, when you do take the losses, it is going to be a larger amount of your account. There's no secret cheat code to trading. Okay, just like anything else, this is going to take work, take development. Us as a team are consistently working on this system, trying to improve the win rate and think of ways to improve this for the overall community. But I thought this was really cool to be able to show the opportunities this presents on a daily basis and show you sort of how I approach trading the markets to hopefully be able to help your trading and your analysis. Okay, if you're still here, make sure you hit the like button on the video, subscribe to the channel if you like trading and investing. Check us out on Instagram, Discord, and TikTok. We have an amazing trading community. But other than that, guys, I will see you all in the next video.